start with the heart real quick is I'm going to start from pulmonary side of it. So when deoxygenated blood is going from the body into the heart. Okay, so that's where I'm going to start. So first off, we're going to do some little identification of the heart from the outside before we do anything else, okay? So what side is this right here? Okay, the right side, okay. Why is the right side flimsy like this? Why is it less muscular?
It just pumps blood to the brain.
Right, and y'all saw how closely the heart was laying in the lungs, like it's just right there. So there's no need to pump it extremely hard to get it there because it's a short travel distance, okay? So it doesn't need that much pressure to get it there. So this is our left side, and it's a lot thicker walled. So why is it thicker walled?
Because it pumps blood throughout the body.
Right, it has to get it everywhere. It has to get it all the way to the head and all the way to the feet. Okay, so that's why it's much thicker. It's a lot more muscular. So I'm going to start from back over here. All right, with the right side of the heart. Okay, so blood comes into the heart from this right here, which is called our vena cava. Okay, it's got a caudal and cranial part to it. Okay, so there's caudal vena cava and cranial vena cava. That should indicate where it comes from, cranially from the cranial part of the body and the caudal from the caudal part. Okay, so it goes into the right chamber of the heart. So what's the first part that it goes into? Do we know from lecture? Okay, it goes from the vena cava into the right atrium. Okay, this thing right here on the outside, this weird color thing right here that's got a flap to it, is your right auricle. Okay, it pretty much gives extra room into the body or into the atrium. Okay, so it allows more storage of more blood. And then so you go through the right atrium is where we're at. There's a valve between the right atrium and the right ventricle. It's called the right AV valve or the tricuspid valve, meaning that there's 3 cusps to it. So there's 3 parts to the valve letting into the right ventricle. Okay, so on the right ventricle, we're going to move over to this little side over here. It's going to go out through the pulmonary artery. Okay, this is a pulmonary artery. Even though the blood at this point is still deoxygenated, it is still an artery. Okay, anything that leaves the heart is an artery. Anything coming into the heart is a vein. Okay, so just remember that this blood is still deoxygenated, going out of the right side of the heart. Okay, between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery is a semilunar valve. Okay, it's the right semilunar valve or the pulmonary semilunar valve. Okay, so then we go out through the pulmonary vein. So from this side, our pulmonary vein is, I'm trying to find it, that's disgusting. Okay. Okay, but anyways, so the right pulmonary or the pulmonary artery goes out over here and it goes into the lungs. Okay, it eventually it'll also bifurcate and go into the right and the left lung, and then it'll come back through pulmonary veins. Okay, at this point in time, the blood is oxygenated. Okay, when it starts in the pulmonary veins. Okay, which is right here. You see these little things right here? Okay, are pulmonary veins. Okay, so right now my little probe is sticking up right through here. So pulmonary vein leads to our left side of the heart. Okay, so what is this? If this is our right auricle, this is our right. Okay, so left auricle's purpose, again, same thing as the right, just to get more space. Okay, so we're going to go to the left atrium right now. So pulmonary vein leads to the left atrium. Then the left atrium leads to the left ventricle. Again, there's another valve here between the atrium and the ventricle. It's our left AV valve, or it's the mitral valve or the bicuspid valve. A good way to remember it is MLB, Major League Baseball, but the M stands for mitral, the L stands for the left side, okay, and then the V stands for bicuspid. Okay, so if you can remember that, you'll be good. As well, you can either call this also the left AV valve if you want to. Whichever way you want to identify it and figure out what valve or however you want to call the valve is fine. Okay. Anyways, we go through our left AV valve, into our left ventricle, and then we go out through the aorta, which is right here. So our aorta goes cranially again and caudally, okay? And as well, there's another valve there too, leaving the left ventricle going into the aorta. It is our aortic semilunar valve or our left semilunar valve, okay? Your semilunar valves are what control blood flow out of the heart, okay? And then from there, it goes to the rest of the body. So that's pretty much it for the heart, except for, so think of the heart kind of as like this really disgusting ice cream cone, okay? This right around here is your base of the heart, okay? Down here, this is your apex, okay? All right, so does anybody want to cut open the heart? Cut into the chambers?